look at this door.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Why does he always blame me?
That legitimately scared the crap out of me.
Hey guys, bunch of nerds making games here. I know what you're thinking. Ian, what are you doing out in the middle of the woods? Isn't this a game dev channel? The answer is a long story, so let me get you caught up. My friend Paul and I decided to make a horror game that was basically FNAF, but on a boat. I'm on a boat! We made some good progress, but then my computer decided to commit self-exit, and we were stuck. Come Monday, I got in contact with my PC's manufacturer. They had me take out and put back in something called the CMOS battery, and it worked. With that, we were back on track. However, we were on a little bit of a time crunch since I had a camping trip scheduled. I set the goal of trying to finish the project before I left, and got back to work. Back to work! I started with a custom template I've been using in a few other projects. I wanted to use the vintage TV effects from an older game I made called Static Lifeline. It was actually the first video on this channel, but please don't go watch it. If you think my mic is bad now, you haven't heard anything yet. Anyways, the graphics code for these screen effects was fairly simple. This code here works by... let's see. Hey, it's working great now. I brought all of my AI art into the project and got the main office configured. I was surprised how good it actually looked. This might actually work. I started to encounter some issues with scaling the screen. Now, I like staring into an endless abyss as much as the next guy, but I should probably fix this. The best solution I could find was to make the picture just stretch to the screen. Yes, it looks bad, but it's also what some AAA games do. So, sorry in advance if you have an ultra-wide monitor. Now that I've made that leap in logic, time to turn this game into a live service, always online, single-player experience like the rest of the industry. I got a basic character controller added and explored the office some. I struggled for a while to get the camera to stay on screen. Sometimes it would just wildly fly off in one direction. After dialing in the numbers, it was looking fairly good. I then added in version control in case my computer decided to act up again. Good practice to always use version control on any project. With the office together, it was time to add in some actual gameplay. The original FNAF basically had three mechanics: light, door, and camera. So, if it's not broken, don't fix it. It's worked for what, like the last 6 years? What? This franchise is almost a decade old? No wonder Part 1 bombed. Maybe people are just exhausted from the formula. Oh, well, apparently not. Anyways, flashing the light outside the door? Check. Door closing? Check. Camera? There we go. Another effect I love from Static Lifeline was the screen on and off effect that exists. I decided to yoink that and added it into the game for the camera feed. I added the first room to the security system. Since the game is just a series of still images stitched together, all that's happening is one room is being loaded with a quick check to see what monsters are present, then displaying the right sprites. Currently, it's just a random number letting the monsters appear, so let's change that. The AI of FNAF games isn't too complex. On some sort of timer, if a condition is met, move the character. I created a monster handler to, get this, handle the monsters. I know, I'm a genius. Self-documenting code is truly a thing of the future. Unfortunately, I learned that the hard way. I then created a map to make sure all of the rooms fit together properly. To simplify the character movement, I gave each room an ID, then checked to see if other rooms were connected to it or not. I also reused the same script on each camera feed and just linked the associated ID to check what monsters were present. I added a few lines of code, and now the camera goes to static whenever a monster moves in or out of the feed. I then got the monsters to appear in the doorway when the player flashes the lights. Now, just standing in the door menacingly is creepy and all.
He's just standing there, menacingly!
But something needs to follow. It's time to add the most important part of any FNAF-style game, the jump scare. This turned out to be a huge struggle for me since I only had a single picture to work with for each monster. Thankfully, that hasn't stopped me before. Just some animation, scaling, screen shake, and I got my first jump scare in place. That being said, it was still completely silent, but I know how to fix that. So you're telling me you're a voice actor?
Yes, absolutely.
Nice. I've been looking for like a jump scare sound, but I haven't been able to find one. Would you be able to do that for me?
Oh, of course, that's child's play.
So, I figured this would be a problem for future me to figure out. The map was feeling dull with only one camera perspective, so I got every other room hooked up with a nice fade animation. Now, the challenge is making it so the player actually looks at the cameras. The original games had the player do this with Foxy, who would move if you didn't check him, and the puppet, who you had to keep wound up. But both of these required you to check one single camera. I decided to fix this by adding an emergency power failure event. One of the rooms on the ship would have an electrical fault which drains power until it's fixed. The only way to tell what's in error is by checking the cameras, then jumping to a separate monitor to fix it. To give a visual indicator of when this happens, the office turns red, which was easier said than done. When I got it working, I wasn't happy with how it looked, so I messed around with the lighting until it was passable. The system at large only works if there's a power limit to worry about. I got the HUD hooked up and for the third time borrowed some code from Static Lifeline. You know what? There, problem fixed. The power drain effect was added in. Just ignore the speed, I'll fix that later. The game was coming together, but was still lacking a win and a lose state. The jump scare was still a bit buggy, so I fixed that first. That was followed by a win screen for when you hit 6 AM that's basically identical to the original. There was an issue. Running out of power did nothing. So, it's time to make a cutscene. The office is forced into a low power mode. The cameras aren't working, the doors aren't opening, there's nothing in the office except for you and them. With that, I had one night completed. Only 4 more to go. Oh man, I wanted this project to be done in October. Oh yeah, the nights I've been using, those are actually weeks. That was just a stylistic choice. When I started, I was expecting this to be a nice and easy project. A week, maybe 2 tops. That definitely didn't happen. I think I'm getting burned out. Maybe just a change in scenery would help. So, I loaded up my laptop and hit the road. Man, I'm so tired and I can't get my tent on lock. Oh, I am really tired right now. And that's currently where everything is at. I've been out here a few days just enjoying creation. I don't think I'm gonna work on the project much while I'm out here. It's just so relaxing. Oh, dang it, come on. Oh, not again. Finish the game, or else what? Oh. After some gentle encouragement, I got back to work. I got separate nights added in, then created some difficulty settings to tweak for each night. The nights felt like they were still missing something, mainly some guy on the phone explaining how everything works, so I decided to phone a friend. Would you mind reading some lines for me?
Oh, of course. Just give me a second. And this is your captain speaking. There are more myths filling these waters. Power goes out. Actually,
don't you get it?
Doors are forced open.
This wasn't an easy
I'm
payday.
sorry I got you into this.
It was an execution.
Cursed
Hello?
to die.
Is this thing on this Expedition of Extinction?
Hey man, I'm so sorry. I forgot to hit the record button. Can you please do the entire thing again? So, I got all the lines edited together and added in some radio static to sell the effect. Now, I've only had voice acting in one other project, and it was fairly simple.
Your curse will be your end.
This, however, was a nightmare. Basically,
A lot of boring math later.
I went to test my beautiful creation, only to see I had exported all of the audio incorrectly and needed to fix all of them. I had to re-export all of the calls, which took a while, and I messed up a few times on them. Finally, I got it all in, and it sounded perfect. This is just too much. I'm calling it for tonight. Guys, I think I heard something outside my tent. Hello? Is someone out there? Okay, I'm gonna check and see what it is. Oh my gosh, it's a floating grocery list! It's a ghost! That night, I discovered that strange noises around you really sell the feeling of unease. The game is still mostly silent. I blame Past Me. That guy is always doing this.
Why does he always blame me?
So, let's fix that. Back in October, I bought a humble bundle that was all horror-related audio. I looked over it and found some promising stuff. Bone cello? And some not-so-promising stuff. Not Mr. Piggy. That was just a fart. Nope, definitely not. Definitely not. I got the audio in the project and began hooking it up. Door sounds. An emergency siren to raise the stress levels. The sounds in the game really elevated it and made it feel genuinely tense at times. I also got a knocking sound effect added so the monsters can politely ask to come in.
FBI, open up!
The game is currently tense, but not exactly frightening, so I added in some additional sounds to add to the ambiance. Footsteps, the old ship creaking, a fear sound when you see the monster at the door. I couldn't tell if it worked or not. It for sure built atmosphere, but I was so desensitized to the project, I couldn't tell if it worked or not. The game is basically complete anyways, so let's see if some of my friends can help me.
This is your captain speaking.
How does it feel to hear yourself voice acting in a game?
It's honestly kind of weird. It's very odd.
I'd like to welcome you back aboard the Orang Medan.
Is that Paul?
Yeah, it's Paul.
Okay. These cameras are a lot creepier than I remember when doing like the art and stuff.
I never noticed how like melty the engine room looks. It really sells the decrepitness of the ship. If you need me, I'll be asleep, so have a good night, and I'll check back tomorrow.
I love that. If you need me, I'll be asleep. So check back in with you tomorrow. This is terrifying. I haven't even seen anything yet.
Did you ever play the original FNAF?
Yes, but I played it on like my mom's. It's like the Nook.
I think the emergencies are a good mechanic. It keeps you like looking at the cameras, and it's different than it just being like boxy again.
Oh. Yeah. Ah. That is so terrifying when you flip the lights on and he's just standing there menacingly.
Oh, he wants to come in.
I don't want him in. He can stay out there.
Get it all the way up to high, or get it as high as possible. Critical.
I've yet to see anything on the cameras yet. Oh! Oh, I don't like that.
Right after you said so, too.
Yeah, I know. As soon as I said, God, he's still there.
Oh yeah, I've been hearing like the just creaking and like rolling. At one point, I thought it was like the thing knocking on the door. Yeah, we'll catch up soon. I
promise. Oh. Okay, all right. That legitimately scared the crap out of me.
Do you like the ship horn when it does the end of the night?
I do. It's a nice little transition. Ding ding.
This turned out like a lot better than I thought it was going to be honest. I actually thought it was actually really good. The sounds I think help a lot. It scared me, like the jump scares, especially when I was like fixing the security thing, and then I hop off it and I turn, and then you get jump scared and die.
I thought it was a well put together FNAF spin-off. It's kind of, honestly, for me, it's at least a little hard to like be suspensed at the FNAF gameplay loop, just because it's been so in the zeitgeist for so long. But I still think it does its job. I like it.
The fact that you told me it was AI art, like, beforehand, that would be the only way I knew. Otherwise, I would think it's like stuff that was actually like made for this, because it honestly, everything fit really well. But I mean, that's coming from our last time of trying to make AI art. This is like 100 miles above where we just what we did before.
Yeah, poor Mario never stood a chance. I got some final updates into the game. A custom night mode complete with challenges, some spooky and cryptic game over minigames to make theorists pull out their hair. The game is uploaded. Dang it! No, not my flashlight. Dang it. That's it. I'm getting out of here. So, yeah, the ghost kind of stole my car. So, now I'm stuck out here. The game is available for free to play on itch.io. In the meantime, I'm gonna try to hitchhike a ride home. If you want to see how the art for this project was created, check out my previous video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks again for watching, and God bless.